Hi, welcome to Cooking with Leah. Today I'm going to show you how to cut vegetables properly. So if you cook, which I'm sure we all do, we try to anyway, you're going to know that that's going to be the longest part of your preparation time, is you're cutting your vegetables. I hate it. We all do. So today I'm going to demonstrate a few quick tips on how to make your time in the kitchen go faster. So to do this, we're going to need a nice cutting board, whatever one you have at home. Use a glass plate, just don't break it. And a big knife, or a sharp one, you know, dull knives cut you, sharp ones don't, at least that's what they say, and a vegetable, whatever you're going to cook for dinner that night. So now that you have all your materials, I'm going to show you a few quick tricks on how to hold your knife right. Yes, there's actually a right way to hold it, shocker, and how to hold your vegetables so that way when you're cutting you can save time and get it done fast. Now I'm going to show you how to hold the knife. You want to take your thumb and place it on the left side of the blade, right at the bottom. You want to take your index finger on the right side and place it at the bottom and kind of hold it tight. Give it a nice pinch and then wrap your other three fingers around the handle. So now that we have our hand position right on the knife, we're going to take it and we're going to do kind of up and down. You're going to go with the vegetable. Most people like to chop. That's not how you want to do it, guys. No, don't. No. You want to take it and you're going to do a nice smooth. If you have a vegetable, it's just going to come down and do a nice smooth wave. So that way you get the whole bottom of the vegetable. Because when you just go like this, it doesn't cut. You still are like attached and you don't want that. So holding the knife also makes sure that your fingers don't get caught underneath it and you accidentally have an accident, because we don't want that. So now I'm going to show you how to hold your vegetable. So now that we know how to hold the knife, take your vegetable, and most people, you know, they hold it flat. So that way, you know, when you're holding your knife, there's risk of cutting and we don't want that. So you're going to make kind of like a claw, like be like a cat. Wow, you know, take it and just bend your knuckles, make that claw, hold that vegetable, and just go down. So that way the knife is going to touch the tip of your knuckle and there's no way that it's going to be able to cut the underfinger because it's going to be touching that knuckle. We've learned how to properly hold our knife and hold our vegetable. I'm going to do a little close-up of how to actually cut it. So that way you can see kind of what I'm doing. So you're going to make a claw. You're going to come in and you're going to kind of hold it. You know, you put your nails on it, but you want to keep that knuckle out so that way your underfinger is protected. You're going to just take it, make that wave rocking motion, and then you can move your knuckles back. So depending on how thick you want your potato, that's how far back you're going to move your knuckles. So another very important thing that we need to remember is what vegetable we're cutting and what knife we should be using. So I have 3 different knives here just to show you what you can use to cut vegetables. This is a bread knife. It is serrated on the ends, so this is definitely not what we want to use when we're cutting vegetables. This is strictly for bread. This is a paring knife. You want to use this, you can use it for small vegetables when you're like maybe trying to peel them or just get very thin little slices, but I wouldn't suggest using this knife. So what I want to show you is the big chef knife, and this is what we want to use to cut. So I'm going to show you how to cut another type of vegetable. We're going to do the nice little wave, still pinching the knife where it needs to be. We cut our carrot into 3 small segments, and now what we want to do is we want to make it flat so it doesn't roll, because you can see rolling is an issue. So you're going to hold it, put your fingers in, press on your knife, make that nice rocking motion, flip it over, because now it's not going to move. Now you're going to go back, you're going to hold it with that claw, and you're just going to make nice little cuts. So now I'm going to show you a close-up of the wave motion.
Oh my god, are you
I'm
okay?
gonna
Did someone just call for an ambulance because they didn't know how to hold a knife right? You should know how many calls a year we get for this. Let's start.
Well, now we see what happens when we don't hold the knife right. This happens. Isn't that beautiful? It's always good to keep your phone by you when you're using your knife, so that way if you need to, you can call 911 and get an ambulance. Well, this was supposed to be a demonstration for how to properly cut, but now we'll show you how to properly bandage your fingers just in case something like this happens to you. We're going to start by putting pressure on the wound. You're going to want a lot of pressure on it because it's bleeding a lot and you want that blood to clot. You can use anything that you can grab inside if you don't actually have gauze. Paper towel, a shirt, a towel, a cloth, anything that can soak up blood, anything that'll take it in. So you'll want to hold it down there tightly. Yeah, make sure you got that pressure on there tight. And if you bleed through, it's okay. Just keep adding more cloth. You don't want to take it off. Kind of like when you were little and you fell on your bike and your knee wouldn't stop bleeding and your parents just kind of told you to hold pressure on it. That is so the blood starts clotting and it makes its own kind of bandage on your skin. So, I suggest you call 911 or save money, someone to drive you to the hospital. Well, I just got back from a very expensive ER trip. Let's just say there's reasons we hold the knife correctly. Well, today we learned a lot of important things. One being how to properly hold your knife. Make sure you got that good pinch grip on there. And we'll just scoop this out of our way here. 2, we learned how to properly hold our vegetable. Make sure you got that nice good claw grip, them knuckles sticking out. That way this doesn't happen to you. And 3, we learned how to properly bandage our fingers just in case you're accident prone like me and something like this happens where you just accidentally chop off your fingers. You know how to deal with it so you're not running around with your head cut off. So holding the knife and the vegetables properly and making sure you got a tight grip on everything is very important. So just remember, when you're in the kitchen and you're trying to cook, make sure you have fun and do your